On a sombre day for Dulwich Hamlet Football Club, they travel to Hungerford Town in a game that feels like a six-pointer. Host Hungerford have spent more time in the bottom two than any other club this season, but did win their last home outing against fellow strugglers Tunbridge Angels. They lost 2 weeks ago at Chelmsford, and Ian Herring rings the changes by bringing in 5 fresh faces. The Hamlet said farewell to their most dedicated fan, Mishy Morath, yesterday, and everyone knows he'll be wishing for 3 points today. Gavin Rose has also made changes, with 4 players brought into the side, which lost at Hornchurch in the Trophy last Saturday. Jarrah has lifted an FA competition as a captain at Wembley. He won the FA Vase with Thatcham a few years ago. Hungerford's turn to attack down the right with Zidane. Akers gets to the byline, kept it in play, he did. Pulled back, and the shot from Ralph Graham on debut. Straight at Preston Edwards, almost made a name for himself within the first 70 seconds of his Hungerford career. One for McCoy to chase back towards his own penalty area. Under a bit of pressure from Liam Ferdinand, who has scored against Dulwich this season, but up in the air, found Orlu. It's come for Graham, trying to struggle for Jaha, no mean feat. Tomlinson surged towards the area, 20 yards out, and flying wide of the near post. Took aim from distance. Chapman, this is better from the Hamlet. Kearney on the left wing now. Nice drop of the shoulder, and he gets to the byline. Can he find a cross now? He can. Almost came through to Mills, and then it's come for Chapman. Another attempt for him. Oh, it's wide of the far post. How's gone wide? Looked, it was on a plate for him from just inside the penalty area. Keeper's wrong-footed, and he just expected the net to bulge there, and Chapman threw his head into his hands. Out to Orlu on this right wing. Orlu sends on down the middle for Mills to try and flick on. Mills does flick on to Kearney, brings down in the area, trying to hold off Jarrah and come inside of him. On he goes. Chance for Dylan Kearney. Flashed across goal. Couldn't wrap his foot around the ball. There's a corner actually. Vose. McCoy. Vose prodded onto Taylor. Vose again. This is lovely football from Dulwich. Vose onto his right, but shot from distance. Don Vose. Oh, it's just wide of the far post. Skipped off the surface and just wide of the far stick. Maybe almost hitting the outside of the post on its way through from Vose. And sadly out towards the right wing. No one there in pink. And 4 by Webb. Drops over the shoulder of Orlu. And Edwards is giving it straight to Tomlinson into the area. McCoy with an important challenge there, really important. Tomlinson should have gone for goal first time. He had an open goal shooter. Edwards' clearance was weak, and Tomlinson should have taken it first time. McCoy with a great recovery challenge for Dulwich, and it's the Hamlet coming on the attack now. Chapman forward to Mills. He's in the area. Danny Mills, flag is up. The shot was charged down in any case. Has scored against Hungerford this season, David Ajaha. On he goes. Took too long and got to his area, and then he was tackled by Ferdinand, who brings it forward on the halfway line onto Graham on the right, trying to stretch the Dulwich defence, running at Christian Smith, the on-loan Swindon man. And the shot on the end is tame and straight to Edwards. Came onto that left foot of his. Right with Orlu. Which Orlu hangs on high and long. Mills will try and nod it down. He's done just that. Won't fall for man in pink, though Vose has won it back momentarily. On for Kearney. Dulwich have a chance here. Dylan Kearney. Flashed wide in the near post. Should have hit the target. Heads up in the air. Chapman will keep it away from Akers. Come to Vose. Not a great touch from Johnson Schuster. It's going to be difficult in this rain now. Connors skipping inside of his man and striding forward. Jack Connors carried the ball a fair distance. Slipping onto Kearney in the area. Onto his right foot. Dylan Kearney for 1-0 goal! Dylan Kearney, his first goal in pink and blue. Missed one in the first half. Well, he's put that one in the back of the net. Jack Connors surging forward from defence, slipped it into Kearney, got onto his right foot in the area, and under the goalkeeper it went. On his first league start for the club, he has his first goal. Wheeled away in celebration as well. Lofted into the area, everyone thought about coming, doesn't get there. And it was the captain, Olamawewe, who tried to get a toe on the end of that by Barnes. Man, he came on at the break for a throw-in. He's cleared another one forward to Vose. On for Mills. Kearney wants it early, and Mills is trying to play it on Dylan Kearney. Great first touch from Kearney. Up against Johnson Schuster, comes inside of him, then on the outside as well, and his shot's charged down. Almost a great individual goal, but credit to Marcus Johnson Schuster. Vose instead gets it back, Don Vose from Taylor. Early cross almost came through to Mills. It was a miscue attempt for clearance. Kearney, edge of the area, was caught by a late challenge by Jarrett, and Kearney furious with that challenge going in on him. Came close to scoring in the first half. 4-man wall to beat, and the goalkeeper. Just over 20 yards out for Chapman. He slipped as he took it. Oh, it's gone through the keeper! Chapman has scored, but he's been gifted it by Adam Civita. It went straight through the goalkeeper, went around the wall, and Civita, it squirmed under his body. Chapman has his first goal for Dulwich, and they lead by 2-0. But you've got to say he's been given an early Christmas present by Adam Civita there. It's too close to Olamawewe. Tried to play out to Johnson Schuster, and Mills got there first. Mills can have a look up. Supported by Chapman just outside the area here. Chapman sends in a high, deep cross. Vose tries to bring it down. Vose does bring it down. Don Vose for 3. Oh, it's wide. Deflected wide of the far post. Akers out on the far side, loses possession to Barnes. Barnes again. Still Aaron Barnes on he goes. What a run to the area. This for 3. What a run. Barnes goes down. That's going to be a penalty. Aaron Barnes has produced an outstanding run into the area. Really superb. Akers giving the ball away to him originally. He got the ball back, and my word, what a great run. And he was taken out. No complaints. Monacan on the bench there. Yusuf no longer at the club. Connors with his left boot. Saved by the goalkeeper. Back to Connors. It's 3-0. Well, his languid run up saw his spot kick save, but the keeper parried it back to Connors. And he makes sure he converts the rebound. And Dulwich are out of sight in this game. 3-0 they lead, and Connors today a first. He has his first goal for the club as well. 3, the best. They've done it twice against Hungerford now. Gave them the ball again cheaply. Here's Kearney. Hungerford's heads have dropped now. Kearney in the area, trying to pull it back across goal. It is 4! Danny Mills on the score sheet. Records. Dulwich, the first time they've scored 4 in the National League South. Mills has his first goal in 3 months. Dulwich storming to their first win in 4 months in the league. And Mills has his 14th of the season. Hungerford falling apart. Hungerford haven't scored 4 in any game this season. Graham trying to slip in Ferdinand, but he's blocked off by Smith, who then clears. There's Klukowski. That's a shot from distance, he does. He's going to deflect, it is in. Over Edwards it goes. They won't get the clean sheet, the Hamlet. And Klukowski with a fine goal from distance. He may well have taken a nick on his way through. He said they'd scored in each of the last 4 games. And well, they do it once. Edwards couldn't do anything about that. It looped over his head. Hungerford playing some nice football at the end here. It's a goal, just giving them something to take from this game. Here's Bailey slipping a pass through, and they might have a second, you know. Cross goal. Edwards has saved it as near post. It's a corner. Ferdinand's trying to beat him inside his near post. Lovely slick movement. Giving Dulwich that 2-0 lead. Morley's being caught out here. Lynch has a chance for 4-2. Hits the crossbar. Dulwich waited for an offside flag, didn't come. Here's Klukowski. Dulwich had a goal head start on them though. Morley clearing another one to Vose. And Dulwich have their first victory in the league since the 24th of August. A great day for the club as they celebrate the life of our dear friend Mishy Morath. Gav, come on to the game in a moment, but firstly, only one place to start. Talk about Mishy and what he meant to you.
It's pretty tough to talk about, to be honest, but Mishy was one of the first people that really got behind us, even before we got the job. We ran the academy for years, and he was at every single academy game. Sundays, Wednesdays, he was always there. We'd play in places that were so obscure, and he'd find himself there somehow. Never got involved, just supported the boys and went home. When we got the job, just over 10 years ago, I remember saying in an interview I'd be here for 3 years, and he gave me a bit of stick for that. And obviously I've been here a lot longer, but he was one of the main factors that I sort of understood what the club was about, the tradition of the club, what it meant to the local people. Mishy was able to sort of put that into words. Didn't care what anyone thought about him, didn't care if they thought he was too passionate. He wore his heart on his sleeve. There were times when me and him had crosswords, but we always sort of made it. It never lasted long because I knew he'd always say what he thought. It didn't matter if it was right or wrong, he said what he thought, and I'm pretty much the same, and I think there was a mutual respect there. But what he done for the football club was unbelievable. In the years that I've been here as a manager, a lot of the outreach work and the community getting into the club and stuff like that has started off from Mishy, really from his heart, really, wanting to engage with many people in the community. And then obviously others jumping on board and helping as well, but it's got to start from somewhere, and I think Mishy's heart to help other people, to engage in those people who are maybe less fortunate, who are sometimes forgotten in society, was important. And I think what the crowds we see now and the legacy is, it's got a lot to owe to Mishy.
And he'd have enjoyed that today. First win in so long in the league. Watching on the sidelines, what did you make of the performance?
Yeah, very good in terms of we didn't concede many goals until the last 10 minutes, really. We were quite solid, which is what we wanted to be, and we felt that we had opportunities in the first half to maybe score as well. So I thought in terms of we looked compact, and we still looked like we could score. In the second half, we encouraged the boys to, in their half, pass the ball a little bit more, and I thought we did that in their half, and started to create good opportunities. Dylan was a goal scorer, and it was good for Danny to have someone so close to him, and I felt that when we did get the ball down, it was good to get the ball into Dom. Dom was very clever and intelligent with it as well. But I think there wasn't a player that you could single out. I think as a group we did our jobs, we defended well, we worked really, really hard in midfield. Ben Chapman came into his own, Quaid, Dave, the back four, Preston, everyone played their part, and you know, there's a lot of talent in the changing room, but we need to play our part every week. If we do, we can still salvage something out of the season. It's a very tough league, and if you turn up and sort of don't give it 100%, or you maybe have an off day, you'll get found out. And today, everyone turned up, and then we got a really good result. The players took it amongst themselves to do what they saw was right on the pitch. It doesn't always mean it's going to work, but I think you'd like the players to feel that they can do that. Millsy made a run for Aaron's penalty. He made a run out wide, which is not ordinarily not what you'd want him to do. But instead of Aaron sort of thinking, oh, he's screwed, he sort of made something of it, and that's what you want. And the same with JC's run, you know, maybe didn't have a clear pass on, and he made his mind up, and he committed people, put Dylan in for the goal. So yeah, really good to see that people will use their initiative. Sometimes you can have a shape, but the other team may sort of combat you, and vice versa, and you need players to be creative, and I thought we've done that today.
Some players off and running as well. Dylan with his first goal, Chappers know he can chip in with goals from midfield, and Jack as well contributing as well. It must be nice for you to see on the touchline, goals being shared around.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I think Dylan's got goals in him. He works really, really hard for the team. Chappers has definitely got goals in him from open play or set pieces, so I'm happy for him to score. JC's, I don't know if we should credit him for that funny penalty, but no, I thought it was good because his performance was good, his communication was good, and deserved that as well. So no, all round good to see different goal scorers, and Danny again chipping in with a goal as well, so great.
We know football's a confidence game, and you can see that the swagger had returned to our play after we got to the second, third, fourth goal. There was some nice start to our play. Going forward now, you hope you can carry that on to the busy Christmas period.
Yeah, definitely, you're right. It is a confidence game, and sometimes as a manager you do forget that obviously players sometimes do question themselves and question how good they are sometimes, even though they probably wouldn't want to say that outwardly. You're right, at 2-3-0 we start to see people relax, put their foot on the ball, express themselves more, and something that they probably wouldn't do at the start of the game. So it's my job to really encourage them to not be fearful, to play, to express themselves, to do what I know they can do. Something probably I'll pay more attention to.